My name's Ali. My little business is Truly Scrumptious Chocolate Parties, and my website, if you ever want to look, is trulyscrumptious.co.uk. Sorry, no, trulyscrumptiouschocolate.co.uk. So who am I, or who are we? Truly Scrumptious Chocolate Parties, we are the ultimate chocolate party experience. And people book me to run a children's party for celebration, or it could be a get together, it could be a hen party, it could be for adults, and literally any occasion, brownies, guys, etc. I started in 2017. I think, I'm not sure. I really can't remember now. It's been really a bit bad. But yes, so I am totally independent. I'm not a franchise. This is totally my idea. I think it's fab. So here we go, how it all began again. I should really read from my presentation that I wrote, not just randomly just talk gibberish. So I always wanted to know like how they made actual individual chocolates. All these pralines and excuse me, pralines and caramels and all these different centres. So I enrolled in a course in Lyme Regis, actually, a lovely lady called, I think she's called Gillian, and she ran a course and taught basics, and we made individual chocolates, and I was just like, I was mesmerised. I was like, this is amazing. This is someone's actual dream come true. Well, mine, obviously, because I was a complete and utter chocoholic. I was like, I really want this, and I could eat loads. I was like, oh yeah, brilliant job. And then I had the moment, and I was like, actually, you know, with the training that I've had, I'm going to turn it into parties, because there's no one in the Southwest that did parties with chocolate. So I sort of had some inside information, not information, so I had some experience and knowledge before I actually thought about this. And I thought, yeah, I can do this. I can do it on a party version. So I then since have embarked on further courses. Once I got a little bit more established, I found that I wanted to learn more and make more, because I wasn't sure exactly when I started where I wanted to take the business, and whether I wanted to see myself doing it full time, whether it was like always going to be a part-time business. So initially I thought, oh yeah, I'm going to have these great aspirations of being a massive great chocolatier and having a shop. But I still have those great aspirations, but at the moment with COVID, obviously I'm not sure I'm going to do that at the moment. And you know, I like the business as it is. So oh God, I'm so sorry, I've just rattled on again. I have attended further courses, so I really like doing the continual professional development. I've attended quite a few courses with Mark Tilling, and he's Something in the World Chocolate Masters in Paris, and God, he's really hot as well. So even more incentive to go on another course. Like, oh, apart from being a great teacher, he's really quite hot. So the areas of my business, what I cover: birthday parties. That is the main area of my business. I also cover school workshops. So I'll go in and run a workshop, and we'll make chocolate pizzas or chocolate lollies, and I can accommodate anything up to about 60 kids. If there's any more, then I take an extra pair of hands with me. So the kids love it, and it's a great way for me to reach lots of children. So there's when they make their pizza, what are they making? They're going to be getting one of their going to get everything in the pizza box. It sets in the box, and they have my details on the box because it's branded, and also a party offer. So hopefully there's always going to be a couple of inquiries coming back to me with a view to having chocolate parties. So that's all good. Excuse me. I also do a lot of brownies, rainbows, guides and scout groups. These again are great ways of reaching a lot of children at once. I tend to do, because brownies and rainbows and that, they've never got very much funding. So I tend to have to do a realistic version of what I can charge. So I don't always make incredible amounts of money out of them. But again, the bigger picture is I'm presented where there are 25, 30 kids quite often, and hopefully 3 or 4 or even 20 of them will have a chocolate party at some point. I also do adult workshops and hen parties. They are always good fun. And believe me, they're always very, they're not X-rated. So what people think, oh yeah, do you do chocolate willies? It's like, no. You find that they want to learn about how to the mechanics of chocolate, and also they just want to make truffles and eat them, which is great. I actually love doing them. And yes, I'll do a bespoke workshop. I'm always on the lookout for really good premises to run workshops like independently. And by really good premises, I mean places where I can hire a kitchen. So maybe like community halls and things like that. So if you do know of any with really good kitchen facilities, microwaves and fridge facilities, then please pass them my way. Always good to know what's in the area. Community events, I quite often will do chocolate lolly decorating. I was booked to do this weekend. I was booked to do Bicton because of the extensions with of the COVID restrictions. Boris has put a stop to that, but hey, which is really bizarre because the event was actually outside. So, but hey, that's what it is. It's a great way. I am careful when I do these because sometimes in the height of the summer it can be really warm. Chocolate melts, as you know. It does not really, it's not very popular when it's hot because our kiddies are running around, it's warm, they want an ice cream. So I just generally don't bother. It's going to be really hot that day, I will pull out. I do make that clear on when I agree with the organizer. If it's above 15 degrees, then it's just not gonna work. And one small area of my little business is produce markets. When I say markets as a plural, I actually do Widdicombe in the Moor. There's once a month there's a produce market, and it's really lovely to do. And I've been going probably since last year. I think last August it was. The great thing, I know what I said, I've just contradicted myself. What I've said is like with August, it's really hot at community events. The place that I'm in is the old church hall in Widdicombe, and the cob walls are about that thick. And even in the height of summer, it's bloody freezing in there. So I've got no problems with my chocolate melting. But I really like it. It's really lots of lovely people. It makes me I get to be really passionate and talk to people about what I do, because I really pride myself in the chocolates that I make are really good. I use a lot of natural materials, so that i.e. there's no artificial preservatives. They don't have a long shelf life, but that's because I choose not to have the long shelf life because I don't want to taste something that's manufactured and shop bought. So if you ever get a chance, on last Saturday in the month, the produce market at Widdicombe is really lovely. And yeah, I like making chocolates. I love creating something. The other half is not so convinced because I run in and say, oh, try this is amazing. He's like, no, that still needs work. And I'm like, oh, goodness sake. But hey, so again, go back to my parties. What happens at my parties? Well, when I get booked, I liaise with the customer, with the parent, and I generally turn up at about an hour before to set up, because it does take me a while. I bring everything that I need to run the party, and I I temper the chocolate on site, and get the table ready and ready for the guests to arrive and start making chocolate. We do the normal, like when they come in, they wash their hands. Parties are a little bit different at the moment. I've put things in place to minimise. I know that I can still run parties because it's classed as educational, and it's a workshop. But there's a couple of things that I've slightly changed. So where beforehand I'd have all the sweeties out on the table, and everybody would help themselves and they would share, and I would encourage people to pass things around. At the moment, all the sweeties are in one box, one little clip box, and they have that box, and then I top the sweeties up for the next activity. We have two activities that they make. So they could make a chocolate pizza, they could make chocolate lollies, they could make a giant chocolate lolly, they could make the chocolate bars. Also, there's the marshmallow lollies. Those are absolutely huge. I made those in a party a couple of weeks ago, and they were massive, absolutely the size of a tea plate. Yeah, about that big in diameter, and probably about that tall. Absolutely huge. The parents that took them home must think, oh my god, it's a huge sugar rush. But do you know what? The kids were happy, and that's all I want. So I definitely don't scrimp on the marshmallows. Definitely not. So I've just skipped. Oh, so yes, that's what we make. There's a couple of other things that we do, but that's basically what it is. When the two activities are complete, roughly takes about an hour. I then obviously get the kiddies to clear the workstations, and we put everything to one side to set. Depending on what we make, I may need fridge space. If we make chocolate bars, I definitely need fridge space. If we make chocolate lollies, I do. If we make chocolate pieces, they can be done in a box. So they can just literally sit in the box on the side in a cool place away from sunlight, and they will set. After the activity is done, they normally break for food. This is when I use, it's roughly about half an hour, and use that time wisely to clear up and get everything ready for the next stage for wrapping all the chocolates. So when they're back from their party food, we would then, I would take them through wrapping everything and making it all pretty. Emma is very kindly designed a lot for me, and obviously Tom has done a lot of my printing. What I haven't shown you on here is the paper cover. So all my chocolate bars that I have, Emma's kindly designed me a chocolate bar wrapper. So it looks like, you remember when dairy milk used to have they had the full wrapping and the paper cover. That's how my chocolate bars go out when I do the parties. So they have like a blank canvas on the wrapper, and they can colour in at the end once they've wrapped everything, and they can personalise their bar. So that all looks it looks super fab actually. Well, and I could kick myself that I haven't got a photo to show you. Okay, so why should you hire me, or why should anyone hire me? My parties are so much fun. They truly are brilliant. They're stress-free for parents. The parents don't have to worry about any party games or think, oh my gosh. Sometimes it could be a parent's worst nightmare. They've got 20 kids in the hall. Think, what do I do? Oh my god, that's really. Just hire me for a chocolate party, and I do all the work. There isn't much mess. I say, well, a little. Some people do get, some kiddies do get in a mess, but they all have aprons, and I do keep encouraging to wash their hands. There's always hand sanitizer on the table. If they get really chocolatey, like, right, yeah, you have to go and wash your hands. So everything that I use on the table, as much as possible, is disposable. I keep to a lot of paper-based things. So the tablecloths will be paper-based. Simply because it is a lot easier for me. It's a way of saving time, and there's less for me to take. When I do go to a party, I've probably got about 5 to 7 boxes of stuff. I've got a huge box of sweets, probably far more than I actually need. I'm like an actual kiddie's dream come true, because there's all these sweets and I'm like, oh my god, it's absolutely amazing. And yeah, I do take too much. I know I do. And then when I've taken my boxes of chocolate, normally in the box there's 20 kilos, a 10 of milk, 10 of white. I don't need to take that much chocolate, but I tend to. I don't know why. If anybody is thinking about dietary requirements, if I've got a dairy-free kiddie or a kiddie that's vegan or with any other allergies, I can cater for that. I use Moo chocolate. So Moo is a very well-known brand name for dairy-free chocolate. My dark chocolate that I use from Calabar, that is vegan, but it's not certified dairy free because it's made in a factory that handles milk. So if I've got a kiddie that has actually got dietary requirements and they can't tolerate dairy, then I will always go with Moo chocolate. And to be honest, Moo chocolate is quite nice for a dairy free alternative, and I just tend to stick with that. Yeah, so there's no stress on the parents when they hire me. I just do it all. I'm an experienced party entertainer. I'm DBS checked. I'm a skilled chocolatier. I obviously class myself as a chocolatier now. And I was talking to someone a long time ago, and we were having a conversation about the parties, and he just said the best present you can give your child is to be present at the party. And that's a really good strap line that I really do use quite a lot. So next slide. So what happened after the semi-annual lockdown? Well, actually, it's not been too bad. Some of my parties returned, repeat booking. One lady had booked last year for May. I think she booked in February for May, and we had to cancel. And she's now she wanted to book again for this May, but it was still restrictions, and she said let's leave it till July. So I'm due to do her party soon. Some bronies restarted, and I think that come September, I think it will be a little bit more different. Hopefully a lot more. Well, hopefully we will be unlocked in July, and I'm expecting to have lots of brownie bookings and scouts and guides, etc. I've launched a community chocolate workshop, so I'm going to be running a workshop once a month in a different area each month. So I'm going to do Cranbrook, I'm going to do Newcourt, I'm going to do Sidmouth, and various other places, but I'm only doing one a month because of my full-time job and doing this. I don't want to be stretching myself too thin. I do have this terrible habit of actually taking on too much. Yeah, I can do this. Do you know, some things I have to have a word with myself, and some recent things have taught me that you can't do everything. So it's easier to concentrate on one workshop per month and fully concentrate on that, and then look at another one at another time. It just, for me, it just works so much easier. So I'm going to run a workshop like the chocolate pizza drop-in workshop. I'm going to be selling tickets on my website. I've had a great deal of thought about this one, and I'll be selling my kits there, so there'll be a retail section to people can actually take stuff home, and also, I've been buying a kit to take it home to do when it's a rainy day, I might as well have some truffles for myself. So hopefully there'll be a good way of continuing the sale and keeping that lead really warm, and hopefully getting another party. Widdicombe produce market came back, obviously after semi-arc lockdown. It's been really consistent. We've had some good months there. There's been a month or two that weren't so good, but it's really difficult in at Widdicombe, because if it's too hot everywhere else, everybody will go to the beach and they won't go onto the moor. But if it's sunny and dry, people do tend to go onto the moor. But hey, you know, I really like it, and I'm sticking with it. Okay, Christmas. Yes, the horrible C word. I know it's 6 months away, but what I'm going to be doing is just repeating a lot from last year. My Christmas Eve boxes were really, really popular. I'm going to keep it to a minimum, and also do more of my chocolate shoes. Some of these things can't, like the hot chocolate bombs and the shoes, chocolate shoes, they can't be posted, so I'll be selling them locally. But obviously the Christmas Eve boxes are really good. So yeah, I've already set my Christmas, what I'm going to be selling at Christmas. I'll do a couple of events, I expect, maybe one or two, but I shall focus on the kits because they are just really popular, and it's easier for me to work, because I'm theoretically on my own. It's easy for me to do one of my kits, send those out, and then it's gone and I've got the money, and also I get it's an easy way of making some money. It sounds really lazy, but I do have to think of my full-time job as well, and also think of everything in for marketing. Oh, that's really handy. So marketing, what I tend to do is I use MailChimp to email to my database, and I generally send out once a month or so, maybe every other month. I don't want to bother people too much because there's so much spam email in our inboxes. I do post links when I do my social media. I do post links to the website and try to link back to my website as much as possible. I do Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and Instagram. Actually, I don't do Twitter that much. It doesn't really work, to be honest. I do LinkedIn a little bit, but Facebook and Instagram are my main social media things. I've just recently looked into TikTok. I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what this is. So I will probably get that at some point. And there's some like, little bit of direct marketing that I do. Yeah, so far everything seems to be working fairly well. I'm always open to new things. If someone said to me, "Oh God, this is really great, try it," yeah, let's give it a go. I've always got an open mind about it. And how can everybody help? Obviously, referrals are great. If everybody would like my page, that would be amazing. It's Truly Scrumptious Chocolate Workshops on Facebook. I am trying to get it back to parties. I had a real struggle of trying to change my page name because I set it up initially as Truly Scrumptious Chocolate. I didn't really expect the bigger picture at the beginning, probably because I'm very inexperienced. So after months and months of trying, I finally got my page name changed after numerous rejections from Truly Scrumptious Chocolate to Truly Scrumptious Chocolate Workshops. They wouldn't accept Truly Scrumptious Chocolate Parties because it was outweighing their Facebook regulations. So I thought if I change it to Truly Scrumptious Chocolate Workshops, then hopefully I can change it to Workshops and Parties, and then hopefully back to parties. But I might just leave it to Workshops and Parties. Yeah, if everyone can share my content when I make a post, that would be absolutely brilliant. And I know Karina does a brilliant job of sharing whenever I post anything on and tag EBC. I really do need to spend a little bit more time tagging because I've been rather lapsed on that lately. And yeah, tell everyone how awesome my parties are, and if you want to experience it in person, then yeah, do. Brilliant, let's go for it. And this is my last slide. I think I've rattled that quite through. I saw this somewhere last night and I think it's brilliant. the question doesn't matter. The answer is always chocolate. And that is my mantra now. And that's my website, truthconsciouschocolate.co.uk.